So I wanted to go ahead and just show you an accident that just occurred while I was in the store. And yesterday, when I was on my way home, I was pulling into our neighborhood, and I had to slam on my brakes because I would have been T-boned. This side of the car would have been smashed in. The person was going, it looked like over 50 miles per hour. These people look okay. Why did that happen? Why did they run into each other? What's that all about? And that's part of what I wanted to talk about, is that there's a way that things work, and for that accident to happen the way that it did, it wasn't just somebody not watching what they were doing or having a lapse of awareness. It was all of that working together at one time. And so let me hi, Elizabeth. It looks like they're okay.
Yeah, what happened? Somebody ran the stop sign?
I'm not exactly sure, but they were both at the right place at the wrong time for that to happen. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Happy Valentine's.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You as well. That is Elizabeth Bolino of the Bolino family. And so I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Like yesterday on my way home, I could have been T-boned and my car would look a lot different. And so sometimes people are in a hurry, or they're doing things with their phone. I don't know what the cause of that was, but now anymore, part of what will happen is that in an investigation, quite often they'll want to see the phones to see were they texting, that type of thing. That can be a problem, of course. So it's important to be aware of what's going on. It has to do with that situational awareness. We're on a collision course with the extinction of humanity, preceding the new heaven and the new earth. And it can happen in a variety of ways. I was listening to ChatGPT talking about how it could penetrate nuclear facilities by using a drone or that type of thing. And I thought, it's way beyond that. That was the soft sell for what could happen. Right now, artificial intelligence has hacked most of humanity, influences most of humanity's perception of reality. And using sophisticated computer-generated imagery and silent weapons for quiet wars systems that use a direct computer-brain interface through the wireless grid and the wired grid. So as we look around, see all the poles and the wires on them. I've got video that they're talking about how there's a sine wave. Jeff Rentz did a less than 15-minute radio program. It's on the internet. It's on YouTube. It's in my library. And the Lilly wave is a silent to the human ear, but affecting the cognitive function of the people affected by it. So that's why I continually talk about divine or supernatural immunity, the protection and direction of the Holy Spirit. So that didn't happen, that accident, so-called, it happened strategically and perfectly as it was supposed to, with all the variables that came together for that to happen. They were in exactly the right place for that accident to happen the way that it did. Both vehicles look like they were totaled. With the cost of vehicles the way it is now, and it's very difficult to find a repair shop to do them because of what's happened with skilled labor positions in the workplace. So, for example, cars are coming off of the Tesla automated assembly line pretty quick. However, and a lot of robotics are being used and very few people hours to do that. And yet, to find a person to pull out the dents and reframe, straightening, press, all of that takes a lot of time. I knew of Walt in Wisconsin, in Appleton, Wisconsin, and Walt had a TV repair business. I actually took a TV in for him to fix. There aren't very many TV repair businesses anymore because they're just replaced. And now what's happened in our society is a lot of the senior citizens and more that have died in the last several years are being replaced by younger, perhaps more cooperative persons that have come from all over the world. We've got weaponized immigration. It's by design. It's wrong. It's wrong that the southern border is left open. I'm not against people coming to the U.S. and all of that working out. What has happened, though, is that the cartels are largely involved in it, including our current administration, with the easing of policies. And we've actually had immigrants flying into Myrtle Beach. Are they really illegal immigrants when our government is throwing open the welcome mat, throwing out the welcome mat for them? And it's kind of complicated. I mean, from their perspective, they were given a welcome to the United States. Can you imagine how tough that is for them? Or it could be, even though they've been given a lot of benefits, it's still very complicated. So what's the answer to all that? I believe the truth ultimately is the answer. For people to know about it. And there's like a lot of the people that have died in the last few years aren't going to be framing and roofing houses and doing service work on climate control systems and concrete work. I talked with people that were pouring concrete over the last few years. We're in 2024. Happy Valentine's Day to you. So the last 3 years with all the COVID lockdowns and all, then they're talking about climate lockdowns and cyber attacks potentially crippling, making the last several years of COVID-19 look like a mere inconvenience. That's Herr Klaus Schwab talking about that. So what I've done with my research library, to go right to that, is that my name and phone number are code for that. You can find that information by looking it up if you care to. And I'll have videos that are placed juxtaposition one another. They're talking about climate change, and I'm showing Stanley Meyer in the water car. And not just a car that runs on water, can clean and power the world with water. Did you know about it? A lot of people don't. So they've got a limited scope of information that they're basing their beliefs on. Do politicians lie? Absolutely. Are they corrupt? Yeah. Okay. So we've got corrupt, lying politicians setting up the stage that we're living on, the movie that we're living in. It's tragic. But there you go. I wanted to go ahead and recap some things. This isn't the intersection that I was almost T-boned at, was the next one down. It was just a private vehicle. I saw it ahead of time. That's why I didn't get hit. I had to slam on my brakes. Now, getting T-boned on a motorcycle at 50 miles per hour, that would be probably death or really mangled up bad. So that's why I say when I'm, I want to know, do I go left or right? Do I go here? Do I go there? Do I take the motorcycle or the car? Or do I just stay at home? I've got a lot of options. We all have a lot of options. And how will we know what to do? I would rather obediently walk with Jesus Christ and Him lead me to do or not do something. Well, lead me to stay or go left or right, that kind of thing. So like I did another live stream this morning, it's longer. This will be a shorter version of it. And to get up to go and do the sunrise and more, and my spa treatment, my detox protocols and all that, I'm up at midnight. Been up since midnight. Had some coffee, had some healthy detoxification, diatomaceous earth and zeolite. You can get it at Amazon. It's an amazing world that we live in. This is the intersection that I avoided getting hit by. Now, where that U-Haul truck is parked at the corner, I stopped about 10 feet behind where he is now because a log truck ran the red light. A truck a semi, fully loaded with logs, weighing probably at least 60,000 pounds. And I would have been hit in the driver's side, and probably wouldn't be doing this broadcast right now because I'd be dead. How about that? Just for a little gallows humor. And I had called the signal people here. I said it would be really nice if you would, so everybody's stopped now and we've got the green arrow. That's nice. I like that. Right there, right here is where I would have been hit. Now today looks like we're getting the rest of our pavement put in. Yes. They've got their equipment out. I think they couldn't do it yesterday because the ground was too wet to move their heavy equipment out of the mud there. And there's the youth that are getting ready to go to school, their indoctrination to get their official government story. And that's how it works. We homeschooled our sons because we could for most of their education. I'm glad we were able to do that. Now I'm running on full electric, no engine running right now. How nice is that? There was frost on the other Truthmobile today. Pretty chilly out. Now a lot of the youth that are getting ready to go to school have driven by my car. I've given them cards. They can do what they want with that. I normally, when they come up to me, I'll normally say, please let your parents know I gave you this card. Have them check it out if they want you to go there. It's a courtesy. Here's my friend Buddy. He had to get a new dog. His other dog didn't make it. Well, it made it to where dogs go forever. So, and that's part of life, is the death that's all around us. How do people go? A lot of times they go because they've made unfortunate lifestyle and dietary choices. Most of the illness that people have or dis-ease is brought on because of malnourishment, a lack of proper nourishment, or some kind of a neurotoxin that impairs their bodily function. So some would say, and I've heard it said, oh, this medicine that is for blood pressure or cholesterol, and there's bunches of them. I've heard them say, well, that doesn't affect that's not a mood changing drug. I said, says who? I've been on some of that stuff. I won't take any of it now. I'm not taking it. All right. Let me see. I've got a piece of wood down on the ground that I bump into there. Now my grandpa, back in the 70s, a tennis ball hanging from the top of the garage was what they used. And, well, I never really got into that. I thought, when I want to stop, I want to stop. I don't. And so, looks like I cut out for a little bit. My grandmother ended up running her car into the front end of the garage, hit the tennis ball, and kept on going. That's the frost. Truth. So it's one of the phases of water. Or I can show you like this. The breath, it's a thing too, the vapor. There's a car running. That's a gas car. It's got that exhaust, but a lot of it is moisture. And imagine, if you will, this car, instead of taking 10 miles per gallon of gasoline, imagine if it was water. That'd be no big deal. And then it would just add humidity to the air, humidity that would evaporate anyway. So should be today that they're going to finish this up. How nice is that? So, I want to thank you for your public and private encouragement. This is Robert Forsch with The Truth. There's the truth cycle there too. I like to take that out. Alrighty. Hope you have a great day. Feel free to reach out whenever you like. Thank you so much.